history lovers present. Like and subscribe for more history mysteries. Thousands of years before the first written language, someone engineered structures with a level of precision we still struggle to recreate. Their cities, their tools, and even their names have vanished, yet the fingerprints of their genius remain carved into the stone. What kind of civilization builds the impossible, then disappears without a trace? The story begins in the quiet desert valley of Karun, where archaeologists spent decades searching for nothing more than pottery shards. But one morning, beneath layers of compacted sand, a young researcher brushed away the dust to reveal a perfectly symmetrical groove, too straight, too precise, too engineered. It wasn't a fragment of pottery. It was a doorway of something far older. Yet the doorway led nowhere, as if the structure had been intentionally buried. Weeks of excavation revealed a foundation made of stone blocks weighing up to 80 tons, cut with angles so sharp they felt machined. These blocks interlocked without mortar, forming joints that modern engineers admitted were beyond the capabilities of Bronze Age tools. The stones showed no chisel marks, no erosion patterns, no signs of quarrying. And yet one stone was misaligned just slightly, as if someone had rushed to close an entrance. Beneath the floor, scanners detected a hollow space. When the team broke through, a chamber emerged, preserved in untouched darkness. Its walls were covered in etched symbols, not resembling any known script. The architecture suggested knowledge of mathematics centuries ahead of its time. But the air inside was fresh, almost unnaturally so. Something had kept it sealed perfectly. In the center of the chamber rested a stone slab engraved with what appeared to be a map. But it didn't match modern geography. Mountain ranges were taller, coastlines stretched further inland. It resembled Earth, but from an age when sea levels were drastically different. One coastline on the map matched a region that had been underwater for at least 10,000 years. Surrounding the chamber stood pillars that amplified sound in eerie ways. A single whisper bounced from one column to the next, echoing as if traveling through a tunnel. Acoustic experts concluded the pillars were tuned to specific frequencies designed with intentional precision, a form of ancient sound engineering. At one frequency, the entire room vibrated. The mural on the far wall depicted individuals standing around circular devices, pointing to stars and angular tools. Their garments were simple, but the tools were not. They resembled compasses, lenses, measuring rods. Whoever built this place possessed specialized knowledge. But none of their faces were carved, only blank silhouettes erased on purpose. Buried within a corner alcove were clay tablets that had never been fired, yet remained intact as though untouched by time. The symbols pressed into them looked like mathematical formulas, ratios, repeating sequences, even what resembled early trigonometry. One formula, when solved, pointed to a location outside the valley. In another chamber, strange tools lay scattered on the floor. Rods made of stone fused with quartz, bowls carved so thin they were almost translucent, discs with holes drilled with precision unmatched by ancient civilizations. Some tools seemed unfinished, others broken as if the builders left in a hurry. Yet there were no signs of struggle, fire, or invasion. When researchers viewed the site from above, something astonishing appeared. The foundations formed a perfect geometric grid, aligned precisely with solar solstices. The entire valley was not a settlement, it was a machine. A vast design meant to track time, stars, or something more complex. But its orientation was wrong. From modern skies, astronomers discovered the site aligned with star positions from roughly 12,000 years ago, before recorded civilization. That meant the engineers who built this place existed long before the first known cities of Mesopotamia or Egypt. They were a civilization wiped from history, and they predicted something. A celestial event? The deepest murals showed chaos, waves swallowing coastlines, stars shifting suddenly, and structures collapsing. The symbols described a great turning, a global event that forced the engineers to flee or adapt. But the date they indicated, aligned uncannily with the end of the last ice age. Outside the chamber, footsteps were found fossilized in clay, then abruptly vanished as if the individuals simply walked into thin air. The trail was incomplete. It ended mid-stride. Yet the footprints were adult-sized, and smaller ones walked beside them. At the far end of the site, an enormous circular gate was sealed with a single stone plug. The precision of the seal was so perfect that no air or water had passed through for millennia. Opening it revealed a tunnel carved flawlessly, its walls smooth like polished metal. But the tunnel descended too deep, far deeper than Bronze Age tools could cut. At the tunnel's end was a chamber unlike any other, a central pedestal surrounded by pillars etched with repeating geometric sequences. Mineral deposits on the walls refracted light into soft blue glows. This was the control center, the heart of the engineer's creation. And on the pedestal lay a single object, a crystalline sphere humming faintly. When held to the light, the crystalline sphere projected faint patterns on the wall maps, star positions, strange diagrams. It was a memory device, storing information about the engineer's world, their knowledge, their warning. But as the team studied it, one conclusion became inevitable. The civilization that built all this wasn't lost by accident. They left intentionally. And everything they built suggests, they plan to return. If this journey made you question everything we think we know about our ancient past, make sure to subscribe, and join us again. Because somewhere out there, more forgotten civilizations lie buried waiting for their stories to be uncovered.